Hello guys, welcome back to Technology Third Trimester. This time around, I have decided to shoot this video to explain what we were supposed to do in the first lesson. Uh, this whole trimester, we are going to talk about how we can build websites with HTML and CSS. And the goal, actually, this lesson is targeting you guys without any experience with coding, without any experience on how to build websites. So it's obvious that at first it will be difficult. Bear that in mind, that it will be difficult, but not impossible. I will walk you through, and we are going to make it. We are going to build our website. And the the third slide talked about HTML5 and CSS. I'm actually going through the first lesson and try to explain what we were supposed to have in the first session. So we talked about HTML5 and CSS. We saw the difference between HTML and CSS. And this video, the guy explained a bit the difference between HTML and CSS. We saw that HTML is the backbone, the skeleton of a web page. It's like the bones, the skeleton, while CSS is the style or the skin of a page. We need the tool. They work as a team. We need to know how to code with HTML5, and we are going to add CSS in the second part of our lessons to help us build beautiful websites. And I gave you guys this link to read more about the difference between HTML and CSS. I remember Queen phoned me and told me that she read it, but she didn't understand much about this. Once again, it's okay if you don't understand at the beginning. It's okay, it's fine. At the beginning, it's going to be a bit difficult because it's the first time that you learn about this words, terminology, and stuff like that. Take it easy. With time, everything, the light will become brighter and brighter with time. So you don't have to worry. Yeah, the part one of this lesson, actually, this lesson will be broken in two parts, HTML and CSS. So we are going first to start with HTML, learn everything about HTML, like the skeleton of the web, the web page that we'll be building. So, and the second part obviously is going to be CSS 3. Now, lesson 1 was about sound HTML foundation, and the objective was to create a basic web page. Actually, by this time, you should have created the basic web page, but none of you succeeded. I don't know of if Corel or Mary succeeded, but Suja and Queen didn't succeed. I talked to Shuja. He showed me what he did. At least he tried, but he didn't make it. And don't worry about that. We are going to fix it today. So this was the objective of lesson 1. You were supposed to create a basic web page and understand the most critical HTML tags. Set up your system to work with HTML and view your pages. The two last objectives are obvious, but the focus should be on create a basic web page and understand the most critical HTML tags. And here it was a video about the evolutions of HTML. Well, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it again. So we move on. My first web page. So actually, there was a video this video we're supposed to give you a hint on how to create a web page, and but actually it was not that clear for some of you and you didn't make it. So today I'm going to repeat and walk you through, see how we are going to do it. And to get started, actually I'm going to show you. Let me see my page where I wrote. Okay, these are my codes. Let me go closer. These are my code. This is what I wrote to make my first web page. Don't worry if you don't see, I will walk you through. So let me see it. I'm going to show you what I did and how your page were supposed to look like. Something like this, just a simple thing. This is my first web page. This is the first web page I've ever made, and I'm extremely proud of it. I'm extremely proud of it. It's so cool. All right. So to have something like this, you need first a web editor. A web editor, for web editor, asks you to use this web editor. Block notes, and I'm going to walk you through some HTML tags. So HTML is made of tags. All these things, don't worry, you don't have to memorize them. I will give you a glossary. They call it HTML cheat sheets that will help you to know all these codes, all these tags. I mean, yeah, you don't have to memorize it. So let me show you how it looks like. Actually, let me show you how it will. Here it is. So I will send you this file, and we are going to see how it looks like, the tags. So to code, we have to understand basic tags. HTML is made of tags. By tags, I mean this. This is the example. If you know this is like the skeleton of a website. The tags always starts with, do you see, angle brackets. Suja, what you sent me, remember your web page, what you did, instead of putting angle bracket, you put it bracket. It should be, let me show you what Shuja sent me. Okay, this is Shuja's code, what he sent me via WhatsApp. The mistake that he did, he put it bracket instead of angle bracket. Remember, tags in HTML have made of angle brackets like this one. You see, it starts with angle brackets, HTML, angle brackets. So you don't have to put brackets. If you put brackets, of course it will appear, but it won't be a website. So I was saying that this is the skeleton of a website. To make a website, we must always start with HTML tags and end with HTML. You see, it's like it's wrapping everything together inside HTML, and there's a closing tags. The closing tags always start with a slash. There's a slash there. It's closed with a slash. This slash, actually, this slash, the ending slash. It's that all of them are together. HTML starts, and there is a slash here. So these are the two important tags. So these tags as you will read it in this cheat sheet, tells the browser, hey browser, this is an HTML page. So it's very important. Remember, the in the website that you were supposed to do, it didn't start with HTML, but it rather started with doc type. Can you say it? Yeah, there we go. It started with doc type HTML. Okay, these doc type HTML tags actually it will not appear in your web. It will not appear. It's just there to tell the browser that this is an HTML5. You don't need to memorize it. You will understand it with time. There is a cheat sheet that you'll be using when coding. When coding, you don't have to memorize things in coding. Everything will be by your side. You will be just looking at it and coding. So to make a web page, first off, you must start with angle brackets, exclamation mark, doctype HTML, angle bracket. Then you start with HTML. So the language, when they say language equal English USA, it's optional, but it's there just to tell the browser that the language that we are using to code it's English. But we can leave it out. The web page will work, but we put it only to tell the browser that we are using English to code. We can leave it out and just type HTML and close the angle brackets. So we remember we always start with HTML tag and end with HTML tag. You see the end tag, it's angle bracket slash HTML. It's like a sandwich. Everything is inside. So after the HTML, we have the head tags. You see, it starts. We have the beginning head tag and the ending head tags. So in the head, these are things that are supposed to be in the head. There are many other tags that we'll add with time, but for the time being, the most important tags that is supposed to be in the head is title. Title, the title tags. It starts with angle bracket title and it ends also with angle bracket slash title, and there's a title inside. It means when your web page will appear, you will see this title, my very web page. You will see it here. Let me go ahead and show you how it looks like. There we go. You see this web page? If we look at here, you see it's written my very web page. This is the title. This is where the title appears in the web in your web browser. So this is that title. Let me go back and show you again. This is it. This is the title. Now you might ask, so what about Meta, Carset, YouTube? Those are there just by conventions, just to tell the browser that we are using English. So you don't have to mind them. And down here is this is just an explanation. It won't appear on your web browser. Don't mind it. What we need is just the head, the opening head tag, and the ending head tag. We need the title to tell the browser the title of our web page. These two tags are there just by convention. You don't have to mind it. You can just copy it. And once again, they are not to be memorized. You don't have to memorize them. There is a cheat sheet. By cheat sheet, I mean a list of tags that you'll be just looking at them and code. So after the head, we have the body. The body is where we are going to write everything. Everything that's going to appear on your web page are going to be here in the body. Once again, we have the opening body tag and the ending body tag, I mean. And inside the body, we have many tags, and we are going to learn them with time. So for now, there are two tags that are supposed to be placed in the body. We call them the H1 tag. You see we have the opening and the closing. If you look closely here, there's a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and fix it because the ending tag of h1 doesn't have a slash, so we are going to go ahead and fix it. We're going to add a slash. There we go. So the two tags that we have learned in the first lesson was h1 and p. P means paragraph. We have the opening tag and the ending tag. So the opening tag starts with the angle brackets, ends with the angle brackets, but while the ending tags, all ending tags, start with the open brackets slash the name of the tag, and you close the angle brackets. So when you write everything as it's here, you must have something like this. You must have something like this. You must have something like this. So right now I'd like you to go ahead, pause this video, go back and do a web page, or try to build a web page from scratch, and send me the screenshots of your web page via WhatsApp or just via ClassDojo, so that I see what you did. Actually, remember, this was the first lesson. Today we should talk about other things, but I thought of making this video to explain you more about the first lesson. Remember, I repeat again, this is what you are supposed to type. You should start with doc type HTML. You start with the angle bracket slash doc type HTML. You close the angle bracket HTML. You can leave out language equal EN US, still it will appear, but if you want to you can just copy what you see there. And you have the head, meta character. These, as I said, they are there just by convention. You can leave them out or just copy them, but the most important are the head, the HTML head, opening head, closing head. You have to write the title. Start with the title tag, title. You end with the ending tags. You write inside my first web page, and you open the body tag. You end it, then you write what is inside. You start with h1. H1, it's like the first line, and it's going to appear bold, as in this website. You see, this is my first page. It appeared bold. This is my very first web page. And then you go down, you close the head with the closing tag. You start the body, the opening tag, the body. You start with h1. This is my first web page. Paragraph, the opening tag of the paragraph. You close it, and then in the middle you write anything that you want to write, and then you close the body and you close the HTML. The HTML tags means this shows the browser that we stop here with the HTML. So this is what you were supposed to do. Actually, in the first lesson, you were supposed to do something like this to build such a basic website. Okay, that's been said, we are going to move on to today's lesson, and today we are supposed to talk about validation. So we are going to go ahead and learn about validation. Okay, lesson 2, validation. And the objective for today's lesson is by completing this lesson, you must be able to understand the concept of valid page. What do I mean by validation? Validation means when we'll be coding, it may happen like it happened to Shuja, that you made mistake and you don't know where did you make that mistake, how to sort it out. So this lesson of validations comes in handy because it's going to help you in the future how to validate your code, maybe how to make sure that what you did is what you were supposed to do. So these validations, to validate our code, we are going to use this website, https validator.w3.org. So this website is going to help us to validate a page. So let me give an example how does validation works. I'm going to go back to my code, the one I wrote about my first web page. Actually, here everything is all right, but I'm going to do something on purpose. Let's see. We let's suppose that this code, I open the h1 tag, but I didn't close it. Let's suppose I didn't close it. So I'm going to go ahead to that website. Let me select and copy them. I'm going to paste it in that. This is the website, www.validator.w3.org. Once again, you don't have to memorize it. There's a link to the website. This website comes in handy to help a web developer whenever to validate the code to make sure that what they did is actually what they are supposed to do. So when you go to the website, you'll see three options. You can validate your web page by using your URL or by file upload. Let's say when you download it or you saved your file, it's in your hard drive, you can just upload it, or you can validate it by direct input. This is what we are going to do today. Well, I'm going to go ahead and click in direct input. So there will be a empty page that will appear here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste my code. You see this code that I copied, I'm going to paste it here, and this website is going to tell me if what I did was correct. If everything's alright, there will not be any error message, but if something is wrong, see what's going. So let me go ahead and copy, paste it, and click check. So I click check, and it's going to, there we go, it's going to it gave me a message, you see, error message, and it's explaining me what did I do wrong. You see, we have an error message telling me heading cannot be a child of another heading, and if I scroll down here, it's going to show me my error. You see the mistake that I did? I should not have done it. Actually, there is a slash, a closing slash that is missing here, and this website showed me the error, the mistake that I did. I should not I've done it. So this website is going to help us validate our page. Whenever we have uh, built our website. So if we want to make sure that it's well coded, we have to go to this website to validate web our web page actually, because we don't have to trust the web browser. Remember, let me go back to my, you see, this is the code that I pasted in the validator web page. Here there's a mistake. If I save it and go online in my web browser and try to check it out, everything will appear alright. The web browser will not tell me that there was a mistake. But the validator is the right tool that will help you to detect the mistakes. So this is actually the objective of this lesson, today's lessons. By this time, you must be able to make your own website, just as simple like we did here with these tags. We start with doc type HTML, open the HTML tags, close it. Then you open the head, you close it. Then you enter the meta car set and all these things. As I said, these are by convention. You don't have to mind them. Just write it. You write your title, you write the body, starts with the H1. And with time, I'm going to explain you what all these tags means. In fact, as I said, the worksheet, the cheat sheet is going to explain you everything you need. So do not worry. Everything will be clear with time. So what I'm expecting of you today is once again to make a simple web page with this illustration that I've told you. What we have, you just have to start with doc type and end with the HTML. You open the angle brackets, HTML and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's it. We've made it to the end. It's pretty much a 30 minutes video, and I hope next time we're going to talk about choosing your tools to make your website. We don't know, you should not only use these text editors. There are many text editors out there that's going to help us to make a good website. So I'm going to explain you all of this. Once again, if you have any question, feel free to call me or leave me a message, and I will come back and explain to you things that you didn't understand. So thank you for watching. Thank you. So hope to see you on Tuesday.